social services, clinical professional bullying, counselors, forced association laws, all these things have to be fixed because the United States citizens and residents do not deserve trauma every day of their lives. Every time you harass a student for 4 months behind the parents' backs, like apparently they think they're allowed to do, they're allowed to cultivate a narrative that doesn't exist except for with their communication and their participation with the student. And never in my life have I been so upset at these pieces of shit. They don't have a guard. They abduct people's children. They traumatize the parents and the child. And it's very wrong that they can have access to my child through forced participation, forced compulsory attendance laws. And for 4 months, instead of him being instructed to read and write in the classroom, he's going out of the classroom to a counselor. And the counselor is cultivating this conversation all the time, asking him, or telling him nobody knows where you live, like referring to the other kids in the school, or I don't know. It was better for me. It was better for him to go to the central school, elementary school of the community, instead of the one that's the outskirts of the rural area, where the only place he gets to see is the rural area. He can't go out to dinner with me because I got to drive all the way out here, pick him up, and then it'd be a whole nother trip to town and back. Very bio not friendly. And I was happy. I was content. I was meeting the bus at a designated area at a friend of mine's house. Now, this action was not just passive. This action was a mechanism of terrorism and bullying from the clinical professionals in this community, and they're getting ready to get it on steroids as the college of this community is starting a mental health doctorate. Well, they're going to have to do a whole bunch of apprenticeships and internships at the schools and keep on badgering and harassing the students and causing them mental health issues because they're under trauma, having to face these questions that the professional bullies asked them repeatedly to entertain, such as, do you feel like sex, drugs, or self-mutilation today, little Johnny? And it just keeps rolling on, and it's a byproduct. And every one of you guys got this mentality ever since I didn't go to school a lot. So when I observe you, I'm observing you like you cannot see yourself. And you guys are very set in your rut by the time you're 18. No bucking you at all. And it's a trauma effect. And you guys just settle for any kind of shit pie that's served to you. And I'm trying to wake you up out of the nightmare so you can get productive. At least try to garden in your yard, the real gardening yard. Do anything but just be a consumer. It don't matter if it's one tomato plant. It should be engraved that we are the world's farmers and exploration's backbone. Got a brand new system that's fundamentally there to preserve our freedoms and liberties that are enshrouded by God and more fundamental than the Constitution even touches on, because the Constitution started it. What did it do? That's great, but we lost it because we got towns, counties voting themselves supersession of the Constitution on a record number of cases every day. They don't even have cases because they don't even get challenged, and they don't become challenged, and then they become law. Okay? If you publish something in the public square for an interim amount of time, at the conclusion of the interim, it becomes law if not disputed. So do that and get down with a new civil One, safe trade, transit, insurance, commerce, sales tax, appropriation, accountability, infrastructure, prepaid dividend bearing system that has more accountability than the current structure of unchecked sanctuary status, plea bargaining, giving judiciaries on the county level. The sanctuary status and the plea bargaining giving of the judiciary on the county level that's hardly checked. It might have some rules and regulations they work with, but they ain't checked. They can be bought off like nothing. And no have that there you go. That's the fact of the matter, Jack, is that they'll let narcs, bullies, and thugs go in the street as long as the narcs, bullies, and thugs got some money. I ain't giving them no. All right. So the bullies and the thugs and the sanctuary. Now, sanctuary status, I like the help, but there's no reason at all not to be a card holder of a participation system that will take care of your medical and any other regulated industry that the government seems to want to regulate, but yet farm out to the capitalists to milk the system through grants and stimulations. Now on the federal levels, they give rewards. They have been given rewards to the state, the county, and the towns for certain caseloads of incidences. Like they attacked me. And then they went to two other people that I know as soon as they closed my case. Then they went to some, they don't want to shut the fuck up and go away. They don't want to let somebody entrench and become self-reliant and out of their grasp. They don't want it, and they're fucking shit, and they're traumatizing people, and they're pissing me off, and we're going to fix it. We're going to get the guardian ad litem involved just as soon as possible. That guardian ad litem, as if they take that child, that guardian ad litem needs to make contact with 3 out of whatever family. You go to the phone, you'll know their family if you have the proper shit. The guardian ad litem needs to have a full file of every kinship and phone number if you abduct a child. Oh, if we're successful, the foster care system gets $3,000 a month of grant money. If we're not successful, we reunite the parents and the children, and if they can obtain a new car, a new house, and all the stuff that they didn't need. They didn't need it. They got a dozen people that would have given them rides to make sure that child got to where the children got what they needed. I know for a fact they didn't need a car. It was August. It was warm. They just got the place. Now, what kind of condition the place was in? We don't know. We didn't have an opportunity to be invited over. But the young couple should have had the opportunity. But they weren't given an opportunity. Bitches, snitches, or whatever they are, didn't like the fact that they left with the children. They had become attached or something. It pisses me off. And this is ongoing. But my case is closed. And I am going to fix it. I am free and friggin' clear right this second. But I am not walking away. When somebody does you wrong, if you walk away, well, if you see me walking away, in a situation we're having conflict and I'm walking away, or I'm moving away, you got to get where you need to get. You got to always take you got to get in the right stance before you strike. But anyhow, they keep assaulting me no matter how many times I turn the other cheek. So I don't walk away anymore. And I'm putting my 5 on it right now. You guys know I am. I'll go find 5 right now that I ain't got and put on it too. All right.